Hello everyone, it is me again, making one last video before I go to bed. You'll notice that this is my third video, and there are varying degrees of me being ready for, or getting ready for bed with each video. Like the first video, I made it when I just got home from work. Then I took my shower, changed into some pajamas, and now, like this video, I've got my hair French braided, so I can just like go crawl into bed and not have my husband roll on my hair while he's sleeping or accidentally pull it or whatever. Anyway, so varying levels of getting ready for bed. But there's one more topic I wanted to talk about because it's pretty important. It's something that I learned. So recently I've been having a lot of issues with super bad fatigue, and like I fall asleep and I could just sleep and sleep and sleep, and it is torture to wake myself up, like torture. Really hard to pull myself out of a deep sleep. I'm more likely to say, and I don't sleep through my alarm. I'm one of those people that can have it on really super quiet and I wake up like that, no issues. Well, I've been struggling with waking up. I've been struggling with no amount of sleep is enough. I've been having issues with being weaker. I've had issues with like even muscle fatigue. I've had issues with, and then the worst part of it was, here's the worst part. Oh, I even had high blood pressure. Well, high for me, but not technically high blood pressure the last time I went to the doctor. But the worst part is that I've been having these heart palpitations where I can feel my heart is out of rhythm. And I've had this happen in the past before, and I've had testing done before on my heart when it was out of rhythm. And they just, I don't know, they do the testing and then they just say that I had an arrhythmia, and no big deal, whatever. So I've been having major issues for weeks now, and it's gotten so bad to the point where I got really scared. Like I was really worried about it. So I sent a message to my doctor, and he told me, like he messaged me back and said, if this continues, you need to go see your general practitioner, because he's my functional medicine specialist. And he said he didn't think that it was my thyroid medication. One of the side effects of my thyroid medication is heart palpitations. So I had messaged him worrying that maybe it was my thyroid medication. And he said, no, I don't think it's your thyroid medication. You may need to follow up with your general practitioner, because when I look at your blood work, it doesn't look like your thyroid medication should be causing you any harm. Your thyroid levels are normal. So he told me to go buy a magnesium supplement and start taking some magnesium. I kind of put it off a little bit, like I waited, I didn't go get it right away. And then I looked up like the signs of magnesium deficiency and foods that have magnesium in them, and I realized I hadn't been eating any of those things recently. So I went and I bought the magnesium, and the weird part was I picked it up after work, went home, took it. It was a fast release one. Within a half hour of me taking it, the heart palpitations had pretty much stopped, and I had a full evening with no heart palpitations whatsoever. They just stopped, which then made me realize that yes, I probably was magnesium deficient. So let's talk for a minute about what that's going to look like. Some of the symptoms of magnesium deficiency are like twitches and cramps, mental disorders, osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is more of like a long term. If you've only been magnesium deficient for a short time, I don't think you get osteoporosis like right away. I think that's like a long-term thing. Fatigue and muscle weakness, high blood pressure, asthma, the heart palpitations. Some people even experience vomiting, loss of appetite. They get really sleepy. So those are some of the symptoms that you will experience when you have a magnesium deficiency. And there could be underlying causes which cause you to have a magnesium deficiency, because some of the foods that have magnesium in them, I hadn't cut them out of my diet long enough that I should have become deficient. So some things can cause you to become deficient. Say maybe you're not absorbing the magnesium from your food because you have an issue with malabsorption, which on occasion I've had issues with malabsorption where I know that I'm not absorbing the nutrients I need because I have what's called leaky gut, which is the basis for autoimmune issues. And part of having leaky gut is also having absorption issues. So, if you have those symptoms and you think you could possibly have a magnesium deficiency, then you should probably either get tested. Well, definitely talk to your doctor before you take a supplement or any type of medication. But try taking magnesium, because maybe sometimes they don't catch that. I've had plenty of issues with heart palpitations in the past, and it was just kind of like a shrug and we don't know what's wrong with you. So try, if the doctors just kind of shrug their shoulders and are like, we don't know what to do for you, try taking a magnesium supplement, because maybe you are actually magnesium deficient like I was. Now, let's talk about the foods that have lots of magnesium in them. And one of them is dark chocolate, which I hadn't been eating anything chocolate because I was following a strict diet, or still am somewhat. I have added dark chocolate back in. It has to be like the 70% cacao or higher, though, in order to have enough, or to even have the magnesium in it, or enough to like make a difference. I bought 90% and was grossed out. I can do 70, but I can't do 90. I just, it's just too dark for me. Almonds, cashews, peanuts. So nuts will have magnesium in them. My solution was to buy some dark chocolate covered nuts. Orchard Spring Valley carries some, and they come in 1 ounce packages, which is great. So it's like a single serving. Quinoa, black beans, edamame, avocado all have magnesium. I don't like avocado, so I don't eat avocado. I don't eat edamame. I don't do soy. I have thyroid issues, and usually it's not recommended for someone who has thyroid issues to eat any type of soy. So like tofu has magnesium in it because it's made with soy. So people who eat tofu are getting a little more magnesium than those of us who don't. But I don't do tofu. It's not my thing. Black beans, I was eating them for a while, but I haven't eaten them in a long time because I have been eating more pinto beans and garbanzo beans, because I love pinto beans and I love garbanzo beans. I do like black beans too, but anyway. Okay, and quinoa and spinach also have magnesium. So if you think you are magnesium deficient, increase the amount of spinach you are eating. I had not been eating enough spinach. Like, I used to love eating a lot of spinach, but I swapped it out for kale. I'm trying to like balance out my diet and make sure that I'm getting all the nutrients I need. So I was following, and I still kind of am, I've got the app on my phone and everything. I'm following Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen. And when you only have like a certain number of servings, when you're trying to eat only a certain number of servings of each type of vegetable, you pick and you choose. And I thought that taking kale instead of spinach was a really good swap, because kale has more cancer fighting potential than spinach. Although spinach is amazing, kale has things in it that spinach doesn't. So I made the swap and was eating kale instead. So I wasn't getting any spinach. And I don't eat quinoa because people who are gluten-free generally don't eat quinoa. It's something with, maybe it's with cross-contamination. I'm not sure why, but my books about going gluten-free, they recommend that you avoid quinoa. So I hadn't been eating any of those things at all. I hope that someone else learns from a lesson from my mistake here and gets it checked out. Number one, if you're having heart palpitations, don't wait until it's been going on for weeks and has gotten really bad before you go see your doctor. Talk to your doctor right away. Give them a call. Even if you don't go see them, give them a call. I've gone through the testing before with the heart monitors for like a couple days at a time or whatever. It's not that big of a deal. You can do it. But definitely get things checked out. Anything with your heart is really, really serious. And a lack of magnesium for, say, a long period of time can actually do quite a bit of damage to your heart. So I'm hoping that my hesitancy to rush to the doctor hasn't caused any permanent damage. And I didn't go see him either. I just sent him a message through a patient portal that he has set up, and he messaged me back and said, hey, take some magnesium. So my doctor is smart and amazing and wonderful, and I love him. Thank you for tuning in and watching this video. I hope that it helps you. Have a wonderful day, and I will make more videos this weekend.